Hey Garrett, I just looked through your photographs and read your essay, and it really is so beautiful. I love this photo here where there's a swan here, a adult swan there, and adult swan there with the babies in between, and how the photos really fit together in terms of, here coming, to the baby, the babies here, the babies here, babies here. And then of course the way this part moves through time, went for a walk around our lake. We've seen birds sitting on their nests waiting for the time to come. I love that, by the way, the time to come, time for them, the babies to be born. We've watched one parent go get food while others sit on their eggs. As spring moved forward, we had a lot of new babies on the lake. So I love the way you move it through time. You have the birds sitting on their nests waiting for the time to come, and then the new babies are born, and here you have these babies and these babies. And then, of course, this first photo, which really is so important because it's not just like the cover, it's part of the essay, and it really all the parts flow. The photographs are gorgeous, and your choice of words to put with it, which is really tricky for a photo essay, is also really beautiful. The one thing I'm wondering about here, as spring moved forward, we had a lot of new baby birds on the lake, and then you have the baby birds, and then you have the baby birds. I feel like you need a couple of other photographs with some text. That's one thing. And then the other thing, and I'm not really sure how you do this without disrupting the flow of what you have, but I think something that's really important that you had said to me, maybe last week or maybe even the week before, that one of the things that is really cool about, being away in the country is that you get to see, the eggs, the babies be born, them swimming on the lake. You get to see the whole life cycle, from egg to baby being born as they start to grow up. And I think what you had said to me was that, before you were able to spend as much time at your country house as you are now, you missed that. You would see the eggs, and then the babies would be born, or you would see the babies, and then before you knew it, they would become adults because so much time would pass between seeing them. And I think that that's important to put here because you do want to give some little inclination here, little not inclination, some little peek into the fact that you're here because of something that's going on all around you, that in while it's such a beautiful getaway, you it's also not normal for you to spend this much time in the springtime here. So let's think about how you can do that. A change in time. I love that. I don't want to be the one to kind of start messing around and giving you ideas that might mess you up. But like here, for example, but I'm gonna give you some. So just be careful, to take it as you like, and I'm gonna give you an idea just so you know what I'm trying to say. But find a way to put it in yourself so you don't mess up the tightness of this. So since March, we've been taking walks and bike rides around our lake every day. This is a really good place to say something like, every day, unlike past springs um, when these days were so far apart, something like that. And then you come here. We've seen the birds sitting on their nests waiting for the time to come. This year I would get to see that time along with the birds. Do you see what I mean? Not exactly like this. These are my words and my thing, but to kind of put some little bit in here so that people see the beauty of these birds. I mean, the spectacular pictures and the real like happiness that they bring, and the moments that they capture, but that you also are making this essay uh, something that if you were to look back on it, or if someone was to look back on read it like in the future, they would know it was taken in this time when you're quarantined, right? So we've watched one parent go get food while the other sits on their eggs, something like soon those eggs will turn, will turn into chicks. And for the first time in so long, I will get to see them because here I am quarantined with them or something like that, right? So that's one thing to kind of just weave in some of this of the other things that are going on around the beauty of nature here. What are the other things that are going on around it? Those are the things that will have to be that you bring like from your mind. And like I said, I do remember you saying that what was going to be great is that you got to see the eggs turn into chicks and the chicks turn into adults, because for the first time you're going to be able to spend so many days in, or you've been able to spend so many days in spring here. Okay, so then here you see the babies, and then a couple of other slides, maybe something like I will get to see these chicks turn into turn into adults. I'll get to be here, this time while I'm, tucked away, keeping safe, in whatever. I'm not like that exactly, but to kind of weave in the bigger ideas. I'm sorry, not the bigger ideas, the other side of what you're trying to show. So this side is the beauty of nature, but then the other side is I'm tucked away here at this time because we're quarantined, right? So so that's it. But I have to say, of all the essays I've read so far, it is the tightest and most focused, and you really, really get a sense of what I've asked you to do. So really, really great work. So just do those revisions. Some of it will be text. Some of it will be adding a couple of photos at the end with a bit more text, and it's already great. It's going to be,